Hey there, this is my second tutorial in the series of SQL tutorials. In the last tutorial, I just introduced the SQL Server Management Studio dashboard and some of the graphic uses of it. And today we'll be starting with the simplest queries. As I mentioned in the last tutorial, this drop down here, we use it to select the particular database in which we want all our queries to be executed. So in case I want to create a table, that table must be created in a particular database, as there might be thousands and hundreds of databases in SQL Server Management Studio. So let's say I use complicated, and if I create a table now, it will be created in the complicated database. So for the same task of selecting a database, we can achieve that through a SQL query called use command. Use, and then if I want to use as instructed database, this is the best part. SQL Server Management Studio does the auto completion for you, and so we don't need to type much. I select it, execute it, and right here it has changed from complicated to as instructed. Okay, so moving on to the next part of the tutorial, we'll be creating a database using SQL query. So like we have objects in Java, in C++, the same way in SQL we have databases, views, procedures, tables, etc. These all are the objects in SQL. So irrespective of which object we are creating, we use the create command. So right now we are creating a database, so I use create. Specify which object you are creating, which is database in this case, database, and database name. It's mandatory to give a name to the database. So let's name it SQL. Okay, and SQL is case insensitive language, so it doesn't really matter if I use the caps or not. Create database SQL tutorial. I select it, execute it. It's executing query, and then it doesn't take this longer. Okay, it got executed, and here you cannot see the database with this name. So I click on databases, I refresh it, and it's here. So the database just got created. Okay, so have you ever wondered where does this data got stored? If you are creating tables and inserting data in it, where is SQL Server Management Studio storing all this data? Okay, so for that purpose, SQL Server Management Studio creates two files as soon as a database is created. One is file with the .ldf extension, and the other one is with the .mdf extension. .mdf extension is master data file, which actually contains the data, all the data, and the .ldf file is the transaction file, transaction log file. So it has all the logs and is used to recover the database in case of any crashes. Okay, so let's say I created a database with this name SQL tutorial, and let's say I wanted to change the name of my database. So irrespective of which object you are modifying, you use the alter command. Alter, I am modifying database, so alter database, and name of my database is SQL tutorial, and I want to name it to SQL tutorial modified. So modify name equal to SQL tutorial modified, and I select it, execute it, and the name has been changed to SQL tutorial modified. To see it, I go to databases, refresh it, and I have SQL tutorial modified, and SQL tutorial is gone now because the same database just got renamed to SQL tutorial modified. Okay, and moving on to the next part, you can actually there are two ways to alter the name of the database. The other method uses the stored procedure. Stored procedure is what executes a set of instructions collectively. So right now you might got confused, but just to let you know, I'm using it. I use execute. There is sp underscore what that is, rename db, because we named this is a stored procedure, predefined stored procedure, and I write the name of my database which I have right now, SQL tutorial modified. As I mentioned, this is a case insensitive language, so it doesn't really matter if I'm using the caps or not. Modified SQL tutorial modified, yeah, that's what I use there. And I need to and I want to change it to back to SQL tutorial. Okay, so that's what that's all I need to use, I believe. Since this is a string, we use single quotes, and I execute it. Oh no, not this. I select it, execute it, and the database name has been set to SQL tutorial now. So to see it, I go to databases, I refresh it, and SQL tutorial. So I think here we end the tutorial, and if you like the tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned.